The Lost City of Ice, an Antarctic adventure. The biting Antarctic winds howled across the endless expanse of snow and ice, but Dr. Elena Ward pressed on, her parka hood pulled tight against the cold. Her breath formed frost on her scarf as she trudged ahead, scanning the horizon with determination. Behind her, her expedition team struggled to keep up. Lucas, the seasoned mountaineer, hauled supplies on a sled. Nadine, the team's tech-savvy engineer, checked her instruments, and Tariq, the linguist and historian, muttered under his breath about frostbite and the absurdity of chasing legends. For 5 years, Elena had followed the faintest whispers of an ancient, lost city buried beneath the Antarctic ice. Legends told of Austara, a metropolis older than recorded history, built by a mysterious civilization that harnessed technology far beyond its time. Most dismissed it as a myth, but Elena believed the evidence pointed to something real. When an old, crumbling map was discovered in an abandoned Norwegian whaling station, it changed everything. The map, marked with cryptic symbols and coordinates deep within the frozen continent, seemed to validate the tales. Now, Elena and her team were here, risking life and limb to uncover the truth. The journey. The expedition wasn't for the faint of heart. Over the past 10 days, they had faced some of the harshest conditions on Earth: whiteout blizzards, crevasses hidden beneath deceptively solid ice, and temperatures that could freeze skin in seconds. Their sled dogs, carefully selected for their endurance, whined softly as they pressed forward under the weight of their supplies. One evening, as they set up camp under the shimmering Aurora Australis, Tariq voiced what they were all thinking. "Are we sure this isn't just a wild goose chase? What if this map leads to nothing but more ice?" "It's not just a map," Elena said, her voice firm. She unrolled the ancient parchment in front of the firelight, pointing to the strange markings. These symbols match the carvings found on those artifacts recovered from the Ross Sea. This isn't a coincidence. Austara is out there, and we're close. Nadine adjusted her thermal scanner. "Well, we'll know soon enough. The geothermal anomalies I'm picking up aren't natural. Something's generating heat beneath all this ice." Lucas grunted in agreement. "If it's anything like what you say, let's hope it's worth the frostbite." The next day, the terrain began to change. The ice grew smoother, almost unnaturally so, as if sculpted by design. Towering spires of ice rose in the distance, symmetrical and glittering under the pale sun. They resembled no natural formation any of them had ever seen. As they approached, they noticed strange grooves carved into the spires, filled with faintly glowing blue lines. "This must be it," Elena whispered, her heart pounding. "The gateway." At the base of one of the largest spires, they found an opening, a perfectly circular archway that led into the ice. It was too precise to be natural. Lucas, ever cautious, probed the entrance with his ice axe before stepping inside. The team followed, their headlamps casting long beams into the tunnel. The temperature began to rise as they ventured deeper, and the ice walls around them glistened with moisture. Nadine's instruments beeped furiously. "Geothermal activity is spiking. Whatever's down here, it's keeping this area warm." After an hour of descent, they emerged into a massive underground cavern. The air was humid, and faint light emanated from the walls themselves, illuminating what lay before them: the ruins of a vast city. Towering spires, intricate bridges, and enormous domes sprawled out beneath the icy ceiling. The city was preserved as if frozen in time, its structures glittering with frost and strange glowing crystals. Tariq stepped forward, his voice hushed. This is incredible. It's Austara." The warning. The team explored cautiously, marveling at the intricate carvings on the walls. The symbols were unlike any language they'd ever seen. Tariq set to work, deciphering what he could. As he studied an inscription near the entrance to what looked like a central temple, his expression darkened. "Elena," he called, "this says something about guardians. It's a warning. Only those with pure intentions may proceed. Greed will awaken the guardians." Elena frowned. "Guardians? What does that mean?" Tariq shook his head. "No idea, but I suggest we tread carefully." Inside the temple, the team found the heart of Austara, a massive crystal obelisk that shimmered with an inner light. Surrounding it were artifacts of astonishing craftsmanship: golden tools, delicate machines that hummed faintly, and gemstones that seemed to pulse with energy. The room felt alive, as though the city itself was aware of their presence. "This isn't just treasure. Elena said, her voice trembling. This is knowledge, technology that could change the world. Lucas, unable to resist, reached out to touch one of the gemstones. The moment his fingers made contact, the ground trembled violently. A deep, resonant hum filled the chamber, and from the shadows emerged towering figures of ice, humanoid sentinels with glowing blue eyes. They moved with an eerie grace, their presence radiating menace. The Guardians, Tariq gasped. The test. The sentinels advanced, and the team scattered. Elena shouted, "Stop! Don't run! They'll see us as threats!" She approached the obelisk, raising her hands in a gesture of peace. "We're not here to steal," she said, her voice firm but respectful. "We're here to learn." The obelisk flared with light, and the sentinels froze in place. A low rumble echoed through the chamber, and the floor shifted, revealing a hidden passage beneath the obelisk. Elena motioned for the team to follow. Beyond the passage lay a repository of knowledge, holographic displays that came to life as they entered. The team watched in awe as images of Austara's history unfolded. They learned of the city's rise as a beacon of innovation and its fall due to the hubris of its people. Their misuse of their advanced technology had nearly destroyed them, and they had chosen to seal themselves away beneath the ice to protect the world from their mistakes. The escape. The team spent hours studying the repository, absorbing as much as they could, but they knew they couldn't take any of the artifacts or technology with them. The Guardians would never allow it. As they prepared to leave, the city seemed to acknowledge their intentions. The walls glowed brighter, and the path they had taken sealed behind them as they retraced their steps. When they emerged back into the icy wasteland, the gateway to Austara vanished, leaving no trace of the city behind. "What do we tell the world?" Lucas asked as they set up camp. Elena looked toward the horizon, where the first light of dawn was breaking. "We tell them what matters, that progress without wisdom can lead to ruin. Austara's treasures aren't gold or jewels. They're lessons, and we'd better learn them before it's too late." The team returned to civilization with nothing but their story. But for Elena, the legend of Austara will live on, a cautionary tale for ages.